All right, welcome to the Bullet Chat podcast with your hosts, Saty and Oty, two Bullet originals and Portly, the tournament's unofficial mascot. The Bullet started in 1988, 12 guys, a keg of beer, a campground, and some golf.
I might sleep outside. I might sleep outside. It's a great option. When you have a cot, you can just go around.
That's
It was the lost weekend that somehow became a lifestyle. These days, it's the reason we play and the weekend we never miss. The stories are the star of the show, whether they're true or just told well enough to survive. That's Bullet Chat.
We gotta do Portly. We gotta get this shit started.
well, hello, Saty. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Welcome to episode number 6 of Bullet Chat, the podcast. Today, we're doing an episode on tools, clowns, and mascots. Specifically, we're going to talk about our mascot because he has failed to show again.
You know what? I want to share that. I'm going to break out a new intro for the show.
Okay.
Right now, live. You ready for this?
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 6 of Where the Fuck is Portly? Every episode, we're asking this question.
Every episode, yeah. I guess this weekend, last weekend, he was on and then he was off, and he was attending the Dead and Company tribute to the Grateful Dead in San Francisco. And so, word on the street is he might have made it back, or he might have made it back to Oregon, but no one's sure. But we haven't heard anything. Have you?
Well, don't you have a member guest going on there?
We do. That's probably where he's at. He's probably at the...
I did see a great post in our chat room last night about him being at the member guest to recover from what is the Grateful Dead? What do they call themselves now?
They're the Dead and Company.
The Dead and Company.
Yeah. John Mayer is fake Jerry Garcia.
Got it.
Yeah.
And so his 4 ibuprofen and a little Alka-Seltzer is a member guest at the reserve. So I'm impressed.
That's why he's the mascot. It's why he's the mascot. Yeah, which makes a lot of sense, as we're going to talk today about the clowns, the tools, the mascots, the characters that make up the Silver Bullet Scramble. For those of you who don't know what the Silver Bullet Scramble is, it's a 2-day, 3-day golf tournament, unparalleled, a 2-day scramble, started with 12 guys, keg of beer, and we're going into 40 years now, and everybody in the field's basically a single-digit handicap.
We keep talking about how awesome this thing is.
Yeah.
But we know that. What are your top 2 or 3? What makes it unique?
Well, I think it's what we're going to talk about today. The characters. The characters make the stories, and we've got guys like the mascot Portly, who's a running story and sometimes a running joke. But we've got people who've been staples, and we got people who come in, for one and doneers, but everybody leaves a story. So I think it's the characters that make the Bullet.
I think that's a good point. I think there's a couple other things too. You keep talking about it's a 2-day scramble tournament. You don't see a lot of those.
Never.
Usually scramble golf is something tied to work that you pay $10,000 to go play 6-hour rounds with a bunch of people that can't play. This isn't that. I think the other thing that's kind of special about it is we just kind of did it because we were bored one day. It's not like someone died, so we had to go have a tournament. So
right. It's not in a memorandum to anybody specific, or it was really just 8 guys sitting around who were competitive and said, let's go do something this weekend.
Exactly. You see stories like this all the time. I remember Golf Digest used to do an article about it, or have a feature about this tournament. And it was always, they would go honor their fallen comrade. Or you will see it on Golf Channel now, and it's got the sad music, but then they go show the pictures of the dead guy, and that sucks because basically what they're saying is, I'm sorry you're gone, Joe, but 50 of us got together and had a great time today. I wish you could have been here, but we skipped all that part and just got to it. So I think that's cool and unique.
Well, that's a good point. At all these tournaments, whether it's a group of guys going to Bandon Dunes or getting together for their own little tournament or whatever, there's different sort of personalities and people that show up. There's the guy who's wasted from the moment he gets there. We've got a few of those in our crew.
I've been that guy from the moment he leaves home. Yeah.
From the moment he leaves home, starts this golf weekend. There's the admin guy. We got Crumb. He pulls this whole thing together, but he's the one who gets it all just flowing. You feel like you're stepping from one moment into the next flawlessly. And, a lot of kudos to him. I mean, then there's always the rookies. They're not quite sure where they fit in. It's like your first day of high school.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. And then, of course,
we've had rookie experiences for, if this is year 38, there's been a rookie experience since year 2, if you think about it. It was probably easier in year 2 than it is now.
Yeah. Go back. If you were a rookie today, what would you think rolling in on day one? After spending maybe 5-10 years just trying to get in the Bullet, like now you're in and you're showing up day one. Are you nervous, excited?
Oversold? Let me ask the question a different way. What if, think about when we started this and now you're walking back into what it is. Let's kind of reverse engineer this. What would you think now versus what that first weekend was?
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, it's come a long ways. I would think it's matured a little bit. I think we're a little bit more organized. The golf courses are expecting us. I think if I was coming into it as a rookie now, not knowing, I think I just wouldn't want to let my team down.
Well, I think that's a great point, because think about, you come into this for the first time. And so what's your experience like? You show up on Thursday. Let's say that you are, Thursday, and then Friday, you probably play the pug, right? Everyone tells you that. So that's your first experience into this whole thing.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, the pug's like a warm-up round where we just kind of make teams, put guys together. We think we'll have fun. And it's just one gross, one net, go play golf. And then we do the Calcutta afterwards.
So that's where I was going with it. So you go have kind of this fun, casual round. And then you go, by the end of the day, everyone's had a few beers, and you get to the Calcutta. And Calcutta, there's some good cash in that. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. It started, we'd have like $400 in the pot. Now it's getting close to 40 grand for a 2-day scramble.
So, right? That's okay. So you're a rookie coming in. Does that not get your attention?
Well, I think that does. The trash talking does. Everybody's got a story from winning a bullet or coming up short at a bullet or losing a bullet. And all of a sudden you realize what you're playing for. Like, it's just became real.
So do you think it's like jumping into cold water, or do you start to get like, whoa, this is everything they said was?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think some of them are still trying to find their identity, honestly. I think some of them go, I'll be the new guy, I'll drink the most. Or I'm the new guy, I'll throw the cash around, right? I'll buy all the teams in the cut.
Yeah.
They're trying to position themselves. I think veterans like us are, we're still deciding, is he a tool or do we go talk to him? Right? Like,
that's easy. Look, I'm kind of a wallflower, so I'm not really thinking in those terms anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think you need to. I think this could be a big year for you to branch out and meet some new people. It's 38 years. You should say hello to some of those you might not know.
I might, but like Jimmy said a couple of weeks ago, why start now?
Yeah. Well,
I'm not unfriendly. I just don't have a lot to say.
No, but let's hypothetically, right? I'm going to name a few players here that are in the Bullet. Some of them you might know better than others. Some you might not know. But I want to know, what question would you go ask this person, right? And the first person, I think,
this will be fun, because I might know him, I might not know him. This is going to play huge into this.
Yeah. So the first person's a guy named Wamser.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he's the guy who happened to bring a date to the Calcutta last year. Some lady he met the evening before. Anyways.
Okay, wait. So hold on. It didn't bring a date to the Bullet, but just brought a date that he met at the Bullet.
Yes.
I respect that.
So
all right, so far that's good.
So what's your question for Wamser when you see him this year?
First question is, can I see some ID? I think maybe.
Okay, makes sense. What about
I don't know. Okay, so for Wamser, how long has he played?
I'm gonna say a handful of years.
All right,
I don't know.
Okay, so that might be good to know. It's like, wow, when did you join the Bullet? How? I think that here's the biggest question I have about anybody is, how did you join the Bullet? Like, who did you know? Who talked you into this? Yeah, or who got you excited about it? And how did you get them excited about you? I mean, I think after the fact, the fact that he picked up a local and brought her to the Calcutta as a date, I mean, that probably explains a lot of the personality that
we're dealing with.
Got him hired.
Yeah,
I would say.
I think he also brought his dog. Like his little, I think he did. I'm not kidding. Anyways, I think stuff like that happens, right? So, I mean, is he in the tool category, the clown category, to be determined? Like you need to get to know him, I think. So I think you got to work on maybe one or two more questions for him.
Well, I don't know. I think for a lot of these to answer clown or tool, I need to know size and weight and athletic background before I answer that.
That's a good point.
I need to know what I'm walking into.
All right. Well, speaking of a guy who's got some size and weight that I think is about your same height.
Oh, God.
There's a guy named Beeler.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your question for Beeler when you see him this year? I mean, you haven't seen him in a year.
Well, how you been? I think would be a good one. And, I mean, he's a good player, right?
Yeah. He's about like an 7-8 handicap probably.
Okay. His reputation is probably 3 strokes better than that, but it is the reserve. I understand how you guys count.
Yeah. Well,
but I just wondered, how you been? How's it been going?
Well, yeah, and to describe this guy, so he's one of those rookies who rolled in hot, his year one. Rolled in, I'm here to party. And we went out and we played that pug tournament. And while the Calcutta was going on, do you remember him taking that grass snap behind the 18th green?
Oh, that's him.
That's him, yeah. And the other lady, some lady who came off the course who had a great sense of humor, puts her foot on his side and she does the Captain Morgan's pose and he's just napping it out. That's who it is. Okay,
then I changed my question at this point becomes, what's it feel like to be part of an iconic photo? I mean, that photo with that woman with her foot on his back, I mean, that's right up there with that planting the flag on Iwo Jima thing, don't you think?
It's definitely up there. I mean, you could build a statue out of that and probably just place it at the course and let everybody know it's a fool-friendly course.
That would be cool. Like a bronze statue, kind of like Payne Stewart, giving the fist pump kind of thing, but it's just
Beeler grass snapping and the lady going Captain Morgan's.
Going safari hunter on him.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like she bagged a lion or an elephant or something. It's cool.
Yeah. Well, speaking of grass snappers, I mean, if you see Lambie this year, what do you say to him? You probably haven't talked to him in a year.
I talked to Lambie just a couple weeks ago.
That's right. That's right. We called you. He's one of our biggest fans. He's a frequent caller to the show.
Lambie, I don't know what I ask him, but Lambie is just good to see all the time, right? I mean, pure energy, nothing but it feels like there's nothing but good times within a 6-foot circle of that guy. So yeah, we'll have to get him on the show. He was telling me a story about, they were defending champs and we were playing at that Lost Tracks course over in Bend. Yeah.
And he and Krieger, when you're the defending champs, you're the last group to go off on Saturday. So it's a long runway.
You got some time.
We've got some time before you tee off.
You've got some time. I mean, okay.
And those two were already playing with the championship in their pockets, so they were having a lot of fun. Anyway, they get to about the 16th hole, which is a par 5. Mm-hmm. And, and in scrambles, we're waiting for the group in front of us to get off the green and stuff. Well, these two they're all sitting in the carts. And their captain, I don't remember who their captain was at the time, but hit a shot. It went on the green to like 5 feet. They said, come on, we're good. And the first cart takes off. Well, Lambie and Krieger are still sleeping in the cart. Like they fell during the middle of the round, they fell asleep in the cart.
With a ball 5 feet from the hole.
Yeah, with a ball 5 feet from the hole. Anyways, that's why we call it.
Okay, so I need to know more about this because like Ward said, Krieger could just like he was a spark plug, right? I mean, all of a sudden he could just catch fire and away he goes. How did he come back from that little nap?
Well, he didn't. They were defending champs that year, and they were way out of it. The year before they were good, but they couldn't. The pressure of defending, I think, got to them.
Well, it sounds like it. It sounds like they were trying to use the pressure a little too much, and it didn't necessarily go their way.
So, at Bullets, I'm curious about this. So at Bullets, there's also sometimes the tough guys, right? Guys who show up like Lockenmeyer, flexing.
Is he a tough guy?
Something. Well, he's not, but he pretends to be.
He's swole. Again, he must live in the gym right now.
Oh, he does. Yeah, I think he lifts houses up for a living. Yeah, there's no. Yeah. Well, and then there was Tiny E. Remember that guy? He'd pick a fight, but he wasn't never in the fight.
He is the reason the NHL has a penalty 2 minutes for instigating.
Yeah,
because it was just that. I mean, he could get two guys and then you're right, just slink off. You never see him again for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I remember going down to when he was at U of O. This is like when we're in our early 20s, and we went down there for a Civil War game, Oregon State versus U of O, and U of O, Oregon State actually beat U of O, which was awesome on there at Autzen. And we were at a party later. One of the football players come in, one of the defensive backs, and Eric's like in his face, like, "You've got to play better defense. How are we losing to the Beavers?" And I was like, I go to the guy, I was like, "Dude, give him a break. Like, he's had a few," and the guy just cold cocks me, like out of nowhere. Like I didn't have anything.
Oh, so you took the fire for it.
I took the fire. Yeah, it was not good.
I love that. I'll tell you, so this is not Bullet related, but I think that's all right. So what was the place at the Marriott down on the waterfront in Portland? Champions, right? Was the bar?
Yeah.
So we're down there one night with Eric, and Drazen Petrovic is in line to get a beer.
The Portland Trailblazer.
Yes, the Portland Trail, the Dragon. Eric walks right up into him and is like, "You got nothing." I mean, he starts trash talking him while the guy's just trying to get a beer. And he was I don't even think he understood what Eric was saying, because I don't think he spoke English, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. But he just sat there and took it. But I think Eric wanted to, I think if there had been a ball there, I think tables would have cleared and we would have found out who the better hooper was, Drazen or Eric.
Weren't we? We were dumb and arrogant in our early 20s. Fortunately, we've matured a little bit. Was that unique? Yeah. No, I don't think so. I think I look at our daughter's boyfriends; they're all the same way.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
There's also guys, who are kind of the outdoorsy survivors. I think of people like Grizzly, right? Like that's another character you see at a golf tournament. He's a guy who comes. He's not really the best in the field, but if you need help with anything, like he'll fix it. He'll MacGyver it together and just fix it.
I'm glad you brought him up, because there's a few guys like that, right? That are, and I think a good demonstration, like what represents the Bullet more. Someone like Grizz, who is I'd almost call him old school, because he's dedicated to the outdoors and the golf and the weekend and the partying and all that. Or you think about the elite one men we've had over the years that can just play that, they didn't make the golf good. I mean, those two things combined kind of seem like what it is to me.
That's a great point.
If I'm making sense about that.
100%, because there's the outdoorsy guys, the survivors, call them, like a Grizzly, a Grenzer, or there's even Bobby G. I mean, he's either outdoorsy or just fake outdoorsy. He seems to be outdoors a lot.
Who, Babbles? Bobby?
Yeah, Babbles. But then there's the country clubber. There's the country clubbers, guys who show up directly from the country club who just roll their eyes at some of these guys, but they're best friends by the end of the weekend.
That's a good point. And you brought up, and I think you maybe just mentioned it, the guys you just named, like Ward, Grinzer, Grizz, they seem to embody the Bullet to me kind of more than anybody as far as a caricature goes, for what you just said. They kind of got that mix of, they're competitive, we'll go play golf, but we'll go.
Yeah, like Grenzer, I can't. Grenzer, he's the first guy to the Bullet. He's always on the practice green when you roll up. He's already rolling putts. He's been there, slept overnight on hole 1 or something.
Yeah.
But he also brought like clam dip and crackers and like little munchies and stuff to just nibble on for the next whatever 24 hours. You know, he's and I think he's probably been to all the Bullets except for 2 or 3 of them. Yeah, he's definitely. Yeah, you know, a funny story is on the opposite side. We played with a guy who was a rookie last year. I played in the Pug with him, and then he was on another team during the Bullet Saturday Sunday part. But it was Jaime, and I don't know if you got a chance to him. You know, what question do you ask him if you run into him this year?
Who does he hang out with? First of all, at the reserve.
Well, he's not at the reserve anymore. He was there for a while, but now he. So for those of you who don't know this guy, and give a little context, he's a +1, maybe a +2 type handicap. Shoots scratch golf all the time. Plays in all the amateur sort of events in the Northwest. Wins a bunch of them. He's very good. His quote last year as a rookie was, "I've played in hundreds of tournaments, but I've never played in anything like this." He said, "This is hands down the most fun I've had playing golf." And I was like, wow. Whoa, that's a testament. He goes, "You've got to invite me back." And I said, "Well, once you're in, right?" And he was,
why did you put your hands up? Were you like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was like, dude, once you're in, you're in. Like, and he was so excited. And like, anyways, but that's the spectrum, right? And
well, okay. So if that's his quote,
well, here's the other kicker.
Yeah.
He happens to be a cannabis grower and runs a weed farm in Oregon. Yeah. And anyway, so he's an interesting character, but one hell of a golfer.
No, some of his product made it into my backpack from last Bullet, and it almost got on a plane to Paris with me. So, I mean, maybe I'd ask him how he feels about that.
You could. That's a great. You have to share that story with them. I mean, you almost became Saty Griner.
Exactly. I could be doing this from like a prison in Marseille or something, and it'd be terrible for me. Yeah. I mean, but
instead you're
No, I don't. We'll get to the Bowen later, but.
Hey,
so guys like him though, when I play with someone that's good like that, first question I always have for them is, how'd you get good? I mean, especially with like I want to know the pedigree. Like, did you grow up playing this, or were you a country clubber? Did you play in college, or whatever? And there's a lot of guys that are good. I don't think that's his story though, is it? He just taught himself to play.
He was JV baseball player turned golfer in his early 20s, and then just has that ability to have a repeatable swing, right? And he hits it on the club. It just sounds different coming off of his club, right?
Oh, he finds the club face then, huh? Yeah.
He finds the club face for sure.
Yeah, I love that. I kind of love that homegrown, awesome golfer thing.
I imagine he was probably a range rat until he figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a question from a caller, just came in, but there's rumor around that you're making smash burgers on Thursday night at the Bullet, and the caller wants to know, what kind of cheese do you put on your smash burgers?
Oh, we're going to put cheddar on those.
Straight up cheddar?
Straight up cheddar. We could go American. I don't think so. I think we'll go cheddar. But the smash burger thing, all of a sudden there's pressure on me because I think the first time I made them, I got a little cocky, maybe. I believed I was touched by the hand of God himself. The first time I made them, I mean, they're fantastic. I can't wait to throw a couple on the grill. But yeah, you get the right beef and you smash them up and they cook in their juice, and then you throw that cheese on and on a bun.
Do you ever consider, like, I mean, first off, do you put bacon on them?
No.
No bacon? Never bacon?
No bacon. No.
Okay. And then have you ever considered Swiss cheese? Like, some people like that Swiss taste.
I don't think so. I think kind of what I'm going for is almost like a Burgerville vibe. And for anyone up here where I'm at in the Seattle area, it's Burger Master. I mean, they're very close, but you just get that fatty beef that's just kind of smashed down, cooked right and the cheese kind of steams on it. Almost, it's not like it melts, but it gets all bubbly, and then throw that on a bun.
Yeah, it sounds like the perfect post-golf meal. I mean, it's probably right up there with that meatloaf they've got at Bandon after you walk off the course.
Yeah, it's
similar
I'm
category.
I'm looking forward to that. I mean, when I look at the agenda for the weekend, I mean, it's right up there as one of my must-haves.
Yeah, probably. Although being on the same team this year, we don't want that to be your pinnacle or your your peak moment. That can't be your highlight. That's just maybe entering into the highlights of putts going in all day.
No, I think, okay, so I got a question for you about that. This was supposed to be Portly's picks, and at some point we were going to get to the, what's the word I'm looking for? Efficacy of our team. You like that word? Yeah.
I'm not sure what it means, but I'll go with it.
Are we effective at all?
Okay.
We should go ahead and break us down.
Yeah, let's break this down.
I feel like we're going to catch lightning in a bottle and shock the world. I can't wait.
I feel like it's 50-50 if Portly shows up. But the rule on the street is if one of your guys doesn't make it, you can find anybody local to fill in.
Ooh.
At the same caliber or worse. So it's going to be hard to find. I mean, probably not that hard to find a 10 handicapper in Walla Walla.
No.
Yeah. I mean, remember we had fill-ins before. We had a fill-in in Whitefish at the 25th Bullet. We had to recruit a local. I forget what his name was. Yeah, one of Tosh's buddies ended up stepping in.
Who didn't make it?
Who knows?
Great question.
Yeah, great question. It falls in the too many years ago category. But yeah, I mean, so since you know Walla Walla, you might want to start running a Craigslist ad just as a potential. We could start our interviews. But I mean, in all seriousness, we'll be just okay, or we'll catch that unbelievable lightning.
I feel like it's our time. Because, all right, so it comes back to that thing. What is most important in a bullet? Is it your captain? Is it the team, the way the team came together? Or is it team chemistry?
Or your podcast branding?
Yeah, I mean, right. I mean, okay, and that's another thing. Has anyone ever played for the glory of their brand before in a bullet? Other than Portly and Crossgree with their matching shirts and all that crap. But other than that, I mean,
yeah.
Has anyone ever played for the glory of a brand before?
Yeah. Well, winning the bullet, I think is, I mean, it's in our reach. It's like right there. Last year the team I was on was runner up. And I mean, it takes making some big shots out there. Like somebody's got to roll in the 20-foot side hill putt. Somebody's got to, there's always seems to be somebody who holes out an eagle somewhere, or you just got to make putts, And,
is there anything more important than a putt?
Making one.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, all right. Let's drill down on that. Define making it. Yeah, no,
it's got to go in the hole.
I mean, making putts. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, because putts either. I mean, first of all, it saves strokes, right? But the other thing is too, you don't make a putt, it can be absolutely devastating to a team. 2 pars in a row, 2 holes with 2 pars in a row. You just feel like you fell 2 shots back to the field. Yeah. That's speaks to the caliber of the players, but that's what it feels like. Go 3 pars in a row, you might as well start trunk slamming and get out of there. That's true. Like some miracle needs to come next. Yeah. But I would say giving yourself a shot to make the putts. And there are teams that have advantage. There are guys who, stick greens, but I think we're going to have to hit some balls on the greens and make some putts. So how do you make putts? Like from the standpoint, like the team I was on last year, the constant debate was what should the putting order be? And personally, like I don't like looking at putts. I don't like seeing everything in front of me because I'm not trying to be mean, but there is so much dog shit that can happen in front of you that I just rather kind of try to feel it. And I'm not saying I'm a great putter, but I mean, I'm just saying from a mindset standpoint. Yeah, Portly and I were talking about this the other day because sometimes you see other people's putts and then you start really trying to hit a particular line with that putt, and all of a sudden you're blowing it too hard or you come up short because you've fallen. It really is. I think you need a general sense of which direction it's going to break and how much, and then I think the rest comes down to you got to play your own putt. And the Portly, by the way, if you want to, I'll unveil our putting order right now if you'd like to hear it. Yeah, I mean, please. Hopefully I'm first.
No, Portly goes first. Yeah, he's a natural wanderer, and he will wander more balls into the hole if he goes first.
Okay.
I
All
think
right.
I think Wade will be putting second for us. He's a little jabby in his stroke, but he doesn't have good eyes, and I don't think he'll even be watching Portly when he putts. So he'll be on his own. And
Okay.
I think you'll be the three guy because you've got a little more ice in your veins, and you don't have to do what Portly or Wade did. Hopefully they made them.
Why did that thumbs up thing come up? Did you see that?
Oh, probably because I went like that.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
anyway, you'll be the three guy because you got a little more ice in your veins, but I want you to just play your own putt, and then I'll be the four guy, and I'll either make it or come up short.
Yeah. Well,
Nothing worse than being last man standing with a putt and coming up short.
I do. Sometimes though, you got to rise to that pressure.
Yeah,
I mean, especially late, right?
got to have ice in the veins, and then you got to celebrate it. You got to let the whole course know that you just made a putt, and it's like the
You
whole
do.
team. Like let
Well,
them know, send a message.
do you go that route, or do you just go kind of stealth, kind of quiet?
Well, that's actually interesting. There's two philosophies on that. I'm more of I think there's times for stealth and there's times to let them know you're coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. I'm a fan. I mean, just kind of early going. I'm a fan of stealth. I mean, just like, all right, we expected that. We're moving on. Let's go.
Yeah. Well,
But
we'll see. We'll go with what we're feeling in the moment. I got one other person I want to ask you about. When you see Shep this year, he's going to be a grandpa for the first time, or he's going to coming into this. He's soon going to be a grandpa.
okay.
Yeah, but what's your question for him? He was almost out of this year's Bullet due to pulling his bicep muscle, taking his hot tub cover off.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of questions. First one is, did that really happen, pulling the hot tub cover off? That's suspect to me. Yeah. The other thing, I mean, I love Shep. And every time, my other question for him is, it seems like every Bullet, we have an agreement that I'm going to join him and Whitey at the first Husky game of the year. And then I look at how far it is for an Uber ride and I never make it, which is okay because they're playing like, I don't know, Chemeketa Community College first game. They win 78-0 and, trying to get there on a Saturday night at 8 o'clock would have sucked anyway. But
Yeah. Plus, you probably don't own a lot of purple.
no, I don't. But still, I mean, it's college football, and which is always kind of magical when it comes back in the fall.
It is.
Have you've been to a game there at Husky Stadium?
I have, yeah. Back in the day, we took the boat across the lake, and we had kind of one of those experiences, and pulled right up, and that was a cool experience. Hey, get this! This year, I heard at Autzen in Eugene on 10/25/25, October 25th, they're doing tie-dye day.
I saw that, yeah.
And there's rumor that Dead and Company might be playing the halftime show.
No kidding.
Well,
And the
the
unis
internet.
are going to be tie-dye, right?
Who knows? That's going to be kind of an interesting game. It'd just be visually weird. Yeah. Yeah.
What would make it visually weird? Just the tie-dye, or?
Yeah, there's a lot to look at.
Have I told you about the time the mushrooms showed up at the campground early?
I don't remember that.
I'm not going to name names, but I think it was you and I got to the campground early, but not as early as a couple others. And so it was still daylight. I remember that. There was already a fire going. I remember that. I remember that there were lawn chairs already set up. And I remember this Tupperware thing being pulled out and being offered, hey, Saty, do you want some mushrooms? It's not really my bag, but no. Well, and then I got kind of coached through. If you do, I don't remember if it's the caps or the stems that are the things to look out for. Is one of them. Like if you're going to have the caps, like have as much as you want. If the stems just a couple, just wait for that. No, I'm cool. Like I said, not my bag. But then I sat down next to someone whose bag it was. And for the next 2 hours, what I heard was giggling. And that guy turned into me and saying like once every 5 minutes, hey, Saty, Saty, Saty. In about 5 minutes, you're going to be so fucking funny. And then you turn around and start giggling again. And then that went on for like 2 hours. And eventually I had to get up and move away.
Yeah, I don't remember that story. Those aren't my bag. I don't even put those on my pizza. Like I don't want mushrooms, but that doesn't surprise me. And I got a good guess of who that might have been. But we won't name names. All right, probably about time for us to wrap this thing up, right?
Probably.
Okay.
You know what? I might dive into that Tupperware thing now. I've done my thing. I'm good.
Oh, you're going to get after it this year? That's your big plan. Why not?
And that's how we're going to make putts.
Well, how about you try it on Monday after the Bullet?
No, dude. Doc Ellis threw a no-hitter on acid. I've been researching performance enhancers. I think shrooms might be the way to go.
Well, you might be putting first. You might have just moved up in our putting order.
Okay.
All right. Well, to each your own. I'm going to put you in that survivalist category with some of the other tools. We know who some of the clowns are. We have no idea where our mascot is. Well, we do know he's at the reserve, but his priorities are out of whack. Sadie, I think that's it for this round of the Bullet Chat podcast. I mean, thanks for hanging. It's not just about golf. It's about friendship, the traditions, the random oddities, maybe a little bit of trash talk. And we'll be back again next week with Portly's picks, we're hoping. And until then, follow us on YouTube at Bullet Chat. And if you're not playing good golf,
rake it or get better.
Oh.
Or get better or rake it, whatever you want to do.
Get better or rake it. All right.
Get better or rake it. All right. Stop. You've been listening to a Country Clubber production of the Bullet Chat podcast. Stories and memories from the best 2-day scramble we've ever been part of. We'll see you next time. Until then, like and share this episode and subscribe to all episodes at youtube.com/@bulletchat.